Oh, welcome folks. Elder Law Care Attorney Patrick Kelleher coming to you from our Elder Law Care Center in Hanover, Massachusetts. Folks, today's question is, how does the law define when an elder can no longer stay at home, or when is it not safe to remain at home? Folks, today I'm going to answer that question for you. Thank you for joining us today. You may know me from elderlawcare.com, as well as the author of How to Avoid the Four-Headed Monster of Estate Planning and Elder Law. You can check out a copy of the book on Amazon, in paperback, in Kindle, and or Audible version that you can listen to. Folks, today's question is, how does the law define when an elder can no longer stay at home? A good way to remember this is an acronym that I created called S.A.D., because it truly is sad and very sad when a loved one, maybe your parent, your mother, your father, can no longer stay at home any longer because they're losing their independence and their personal autonomy and so forth. So the acronym that I created for you to remember this in an easy way is S.A.D., and we're spelling S.A.D. as S-A-D-D, S-A-D-D. So pick up your pen, folks, and write this down. And from my experience, these are the four big areas or four reasons when the law would likely define that it's not safe for an elder to remain living at home independently by themselves. The first reason, folks, the S in S.A.D. stands for safety. Safety, folks, is of paramount importance. So if your loved one is falling, slipping, tripping, and has a frequency of falling and keeping their balance, that's a huge red flag, because they can seriously get hurt or worse if they take a bad fall down a set of stairs and they're at home by themselves. And there's certain things they can do to alert you if they had a bad fall, like the safety bracelets and necklaces that they could wear. I know my dear mom had one of those before she passed when she was living at home independently. But my mom, that word independently, she'd like to really retain her independence and autonomy. She didn't really like to wear that necklace with the alarm on it around her neck. She used to hang it up on the bookshelf across the other side of the room, which kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. But the one time she did have to use it, it did work and worked well. So that's a recommendation for a loved one who might be living at home, would have a safety bracelet or necklace, as well as I recommend oftentimes to our clients that come into our Elder Law Care Center to also maybe have cameras installed as well, so you can check on your loved one, especially if you haven't heard from them in some time. You can check in to make sure that they are safe. So that's the first. S stands for safety. The second letter in the word S.A.D. is A, and I'm referring to Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a progressive disease that usually folks continue to decline with cognitive impairment. And cognitive impairment can be a sad thing as well, where individuals are losing their ability to speak and articulate what they want to say, and they have memory loss and so on and so on. If they have Alzheimer's and they live it independently, but because of that cognitive impairment, it's not safe, they should maybe not be living at home by themselves. And then the next letter in the acronym S.A.D. is disability. And disability could be someone who is unable to do what they call activities of daily living. And activities of daily living would be things that you need to do to get out of bed in the morning, such as transferring from the bed to a walker or a cane. Walking would be another activity of daily living. Toileting would be another activity of daily living. Bathing or showering would be another activity of daily living. And then dressing as well would be an activity of daily living. So if your loved one is struggling with these activities of daily living, then you really ought to pay attention to that. And if you cannot get some in-home care for them, that might be a time where the family really needs to have that family meeting and make a choice or a decision what is in the best interest of your aging loved one. And then folks, also another activity of daily living would be the next D, and that would be dementia. And dementia can be defined as another cognitive impairment. And there's different levels of dementia. You have mild, moderate, and severe dementia. And mild dementia is like a lava lamp. It comes and goes, and your loved one may be able to resume living independently, maybe with mild dementia, but moderate dementia, maybe not so much. In severe dementia, probably not at all. And so they either need in-home care or may have to transition to a skilled nursing facility or assisted living facility, okay? So there you have it, folks. That's the acronym right there. So look for those things in your loved one. Use the acronym S.A.D. S again stands for safety, tripping, slipping, falling. A, Alzheimer's, cognitive impairments. D, disabilities. Are they able to do the 5 or so activities of daily living independently on their own? And finally, dementia. What level of dementia do they have? Is it mild? Is it moderate? Is it severe? So there you have it, folks. And folks, to take it a step further, if you have to transition your loved one from their home environment to what they call an ALF, an assisted living facility, or even a higher level of care like a skilled nursing facility, you may need legal powers to do that. So folks, do yourself a favor. Talk to your senior, talk to your elder, and get them to their elder law attorney in the 3rd quarter of life or early 4th quarter, no later, and have them put in place Big 6 type disability planning to avoid a medical crisis or a financial crisis during a time that they're aging in place and living on their own. Folks, elder law care attorney Patrick Kelleher. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, folks, please scroll down, leave a comment, post a question, and folks, follow us on elderlawcare.com.